一度だけチャンスをやる。好きな魔法を言ってみろ。
花畑を出す魔法。ねえヒンメル、どうして私を仲間にしたの？
フリーレン、君は覚えていないだろうけれども、昔僕は一度だけ君と会ったことがある。長い間夜の森をさまよって人生で初めて孤独を味わった。本当に方向を教えるだけで励ましの言葉一つ口にしなかった。僕に花畑を出す魔法を見せてくれた。
Hey there everyone, how's it going today? My name is Randy and welcome to another unboxing video. Today I'm super excited. I have the Frieren 1/7 scale from Kotobukiya today. I've really been looking forward to getting a scale figure for Frieren since the show aired. Absolutely love the show, love the character. All I can say, it's about damn time that we finally got a good scale of her. This looks to be the best looking one just from what I've seen on pictures. There's a couple more. There's a Good Smile Company one that looks really good, but that comes out in June of next year, so that's a ways off. And there's another one by Claynell that looks pretty good, but Kotobukiya was one of the first, and I still think it's one of the best looking ones, just based off of the images online. And I was super lucky. I got this from Crunchyroll, and they had the bonus faceplate where she has a gentle smile, whereas the standard plate is pretty basic, just kind of that more serious look that she usually has. I really wanted the faceplate with the smile. I thought it gave her a little extra something. Alright, enough chit chat, what do you say? We dive into this unboxing. So, just to go over the box real quick, nothing special. You just have a viewing window in the front, a larger image of the figure close up on the side, and we have a full size picture from the back, and then just a small side window there. Nothing too crazy. So let's get into this, see how she turned out. I will say Kotobukiya's boxes are pretty solid. Like, the cardboard's a little thicker than a lot of other manufacturers, so the chance of your figure arriving in good shape is a little bit higher, which is nice. She actually looks pretty darn big. Sorry. Oh. Man, that is really on there. Holy crap. Let's check out the base. I really like Kotobukiya's bases. They always do such a good job. They're usually nice and small, like they're not always too big, but they basically never have a plain basic disc like a lot of other ones. And this one is no exception. It's part of the reason why I like this figure so much. So here's the base from that really nice flowers scene. Off to a good start. It's very reminiscent actually of the Genshin bases, the two travelers and even Barbara. The grass looks basically the same. Alright, the main event, Frieren herself. Appreciate all the protection. Oh, looks like there's plastic in her hand? Oh, okay, her hand comes out. I'm guessing you can swap that for this hand. Yeah, so the staff has the hand built into it. So you can choose to have her with the staff or without. That's nice. Definitely with the staff, of course. Alright. So a pretty basic installation is just 1 foot into the base. And voila! That's it. Wow, super easy. That's probably the easiest one I've had yet. They did a really good job here. The staff is actually really long. Like, the staff is almost, might even be taller than her. I don't really feel like taking the hand out to check, but it is a really big size. Really good paint application on the clothing. And the boots are really well sculpted. Like, there's all sorts of creases and wrinkles in the boots. I really like that. The clothing also has a lot of like wrinkling, kind of like flowing in the wind, which is appreciated. I will say though, there's not too much shading on her clothing, specifically her dress, and I don't know what you'd call this, a capelet maybe? The capelet part. So yeah, her upper body, not too much shading, really good sculpt work, but the paint is kind of flat. I'm not totally surprised. Kotobukiya is kind of hit or miss when it comes to their shading. Sometimes they do a phenomenal job, and other times they don't do too much of the shading. But their figures are always really good prices. They're one of the more affordable manufacturers out there, while still having really good quality control and still having really nice figures. The hair does have shading. It's got a lot of purple in it, actually. instead of it just being like platinum white throughout the whole thing, there's a lot of gradations and purples. Almost translucent, but I don't think so. I think it's just, if they did use like translucent plastic, they definitely painted over it well enough. So I really can't say for sure on that side. But and then the staff, they did a really good job on the staff. It's a little textured up here from like, looks like a little worn from battle. Wear and tear over the years. The gem is really nice and shiny. And honestly, I didn't even notice the gem that kind of comes off this cloth here. I never even noticed that in the show, if I remember correctly. I think they did a really good job on her face too. I think this looks just like Frieren. I think it's one of the more accurate faces of the three that I mentioned. This one, the Good Smile one, and the Clanel one. I think this one had the most accurate looking face based on the prototype images, because this is the only one that's out of those three. The Clanel one comes out soon. I think it actually comes out this month or next month. But that one looked a little plain to me, but I kind of like the pose. Alright, now, here's the moment of truth. See if I can get the faceplate off easily. If you saw my Ether video from Genshin Impact, that one did not go so easily. It took me a long time. It's like the hair got stuck, the face got stuck, and I couldn't get anything off. So hopefully that doesn't happen this time, but we shall see. I'm going to check out the instructions as well. Alright, wish me luck. Here we go. Make sure I do this properly. Last thing I want is a broken figure. Remove the bangs and face parts. Attach the bonus face part, then reattach the bangs. Well, they made that as clear and cut as possible. This is so nerve-wracking. You don't want to break the hair or the face. Like, I kind of just want to like grab her by the ears and just pull. But that sounds like a really bad idea.
5 minutes later.
Whew. Okay, just like Ether, the whole face and everything came with the hair. It was like stuck, which makes this a lot harder to get off. Okay. Here's a quick comparison for you. Okay. Alright.
A few moments later.
Alright. Yeah, see, I really like the gentle smile that they give her. I think it's not like, because she doesn't show a lot of emotion, obviously, in the show. And I think that's why a lot of people are really good with the original expression. But with this scene in particular, with the flowers, I think this would have been one of the rare instances where she would be smiling. We see her smile in the show plenty of times, and I think this is one of those times where she would. So I think it's a fantastic addition if you can get it. I think it was only sold through the Kotobukiya store and then Crunchyroll. I think that's like the only other place that you can pick up the bonus faceplate. So if you do end up liking the Smile, I recommend going there. They also have some sales sometimes, and she's actually pretty affordable on there, all things considered. I don't remember what I paid. I'll have to look it up. I think it was around 155 US dollars, something like that. Which for this figure, in my opinion, is 100% worth the money. Alright, it is rating time. I'm going to continue with the rating system trend, at least for scale figures. My last video was for like prize figures, and I don't think it warrants really scoring the prize figures, but for scales, I do want to give some sort of score. And you can let me know what you think about the scores. I know they're meaningless, it's just a number, but as humans we love putting numbers on things, so I think it's a fun little addition that we can add on. So I'm going to give her a final score of 8 out of 10. Now the reason why I deduct a point here and there is mostly just for the small details, the minute details that you can look at up close. The shading on the clothing is kind of minimal, but the sculpt work does make up for that, and the price does make up for that, and then everything else about it is really, really good. The base is great, it adds character, it adds a little something, it gives you a scene to look at instead of just looking at a figure in a static pose. It kind of invokes the anime a little bit, it invokes that scene into your mind, being in that flower field. Actually, there's kind of a few scenes that kind of revolve around that flower spell that she loves so much. So it kind of invokes those, which is a really nice addition. If a figure can invoke something like that, I think it's doing a good job. So I do like the sculpt work, the pose, and the base a lot. I just wish that they went a little harder on the shading and the small details like that. But otherwise, at least what is done is flawless. I don't see any paint transfer, there's no paint bleeding out of the lines. They did all the paint work well for what's there, like they applied it well. I just wish I had those small details. But aside from that, great figure. So I'm going to give her a solid 8 out of 10. Alright, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to comment down below what you think of this Frieren figure. If there's a Frieren figure that you're waiting for to come out that you like more than this one, let me know. Always like to keep the discussion going. Talk about Frieren, any other anime. For one, I want a Fern scale really bad. There's one by Madhouse. But it pairs specifically with the Frieren figure from them, and I don't really like it. I didn't think it turned out so well, so fingers crossed we get a really nice Fern scale that can go with this figure. It doesn't need to be Kotobukiya, wouldn't complain if it was, but it could be anybody, honestly, as long as they do a good job. So yeah, let me know what you think of this one and what you'd like to see for this franchise going forward. Love to hear from you on that. And hey, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you again. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, do all those YouTube-y things. Help me out with that algorithm. Greatly appreciated. But if not, just watching the video is more than enough for me. So thank you so much, and I will see you again next time. Take care, everybody.